Hey everyone, and welcome back. This is episode 3 of season 2 with our Road to Glory career mode with FC Schalke. I am Tin Eagle, and guys, thanks so much for the support that you've given me so far on this series. If you could, please drop a like if you enjoy the video. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Both of those things show me that you do enjoy this series, and it is also the best way for you to show your support so I can continue on and try to make the YouTube channel grow and hopefully bring you more content, daily content, and probably more than one video per day, which we've been doing for a while. But we're going to jump right in. We have 3 games in this episode, and we're going to start off the first one, and it is our first Champions League game. So hopefully we can get off to a good start in the Champions League. And we'll play Molde, I guess. Molde, I don't know, Molde. It's Champions League game. And right off the bat, we're down 1-0. So, in the 20th minute, not the best way for us to start, obviously. We're just a few games into the new season, so we're still kind of feeling out what's the best combination of players on the pitch and see what we can do. But right now, I can tell you that this combination is off to a horrible start. So, 20th minute and then 23rd minute, we're down quickly. But then here in the 30th minute, we get a nice shot back there, a nice assist from Heung-min Son into Malapa, and Malapa is able to knock that into the bottom right corner. It wasn't that difficult, as you can see, of a save, I didn't feel like, for the keeper, but I think the location of the shot was pretty superior there, just squeaking it through. It didn't have a lot of pace on it, but he was able to get that through there. So heading into halftime, we are still down just the 1 goal at 2-1. And then what I'm going to do is make a change. I'm going to take Farfan out and put in Menga. If you remember, we signed him in the transfer window. Just a bit of a change of pace, so to speak. And pace is something that Menga has a lot of. His overall rating not that high, but what I was hoping there was maybe to get a little bit more pace on the outside and try to really push up, switch into attacking mode in the second half, and maybe see what we could do with that. So, and you know, it's not like Farfan is slow, but I really just wanted to see this guy, see what this kid could do with the pace. So we'll move into the second half, into the 57th minute, and right off the bat, Draxler. That was a very nice finesse shot, but it did get saved by the keeper. But pretty nice sign there to see Draxler starting to come into form. So from that, we'll get a corner opportunity, and yet it is saved again. So pretty nice job there by their keeper. But then in the 78th minute, Draxler from outside the box, and he just hits a rocket into the top right corner, and that will equalize the game at 2 apiece. And what a nice shot from Draxler. Had quite a bit of open space, but look at the curve on that thing, as it was just a rocket hit into there. So we'll move in. 85th minute, we're going to pop it up to Heung-min Son, and he will hit it in to the far left side of the net to give us a 3-2 advantage in the 85th minute. Comeback complete. We're down 2-0, and we now have the lead. And that is a good comeback for us, and that's also a good sign for us offensively because, you know, especially last year in Season 1, we didn't get a lot of things going offensively. So that's a pretty good sign for us, and we do hold on there, and we were able to keep the 3-2 lead in the remaining 15 minutes. So a pretty good start there in the Champions League with the 3-2 victory. We had quite a few shots, not as many on target, but again, it's just good to see that we're getting the shot opportunities heading into this season. So our next game, we're going to jump right in, and it's against Wolfsburg, obviously in the Bundesliga. So hopefully we can, again, get a nice showing here offensively and try to rack up some goals in this game as well. And just like last game, though, here in the 28th minute, Wolfsburg is going to push forward, and I thought that was going to be a penalty. It wasn't. Courtois couldn't get his hands on the ball. It goes right to the opponent, and he will knock it in for a quick goal, and right away, we're down early again. And then just a few minutes later, 34th minute, you know, Courtois is, it seems like he's making a lot of the difficult saves. Some of the easier ones, in my opinion, are just sliding right by. So, but from that goal, we'll go straight into our kickoff. We'll get the ball to Heung-min Son. He'll just do a nice little feint move, and I'm like, well, you know what? I'm just going to take a shot. And it goes in. That was a great shot, and that's his left foot. And again, Heung-min Son, we paid quite a bit for him in the transfer window, but shots like this let me see the type of promise that this young man has. Again, it's at 21 years old, but that's a phenomenal goal, and that'll take us into halftime. down 2-1, just as we were last game. And then here in the second half, again, I just didn't feel like that ball had a lot of pace and was that difficult to save, but down 3-1. So we'll move into the 66th minute, and we hit a little fortunate there with Malapa. It was a cross into him, and it just kind of fell to the feet of the defender, and Malapa was able to step in there with his size and strength, take it away from the opponent, and just pop it into the net. I was like, wow, I couldn't even believe that happened. It just a little tap past the opponent and past the keeper to bring it to 3-2. And then here in the 75th minute, we'll get a nice shot in, and then Hahn actually got a head on it, but it goes wide of the net. That would have been the equalizer. So we'll move into the 78th minute. The opponent clears out the cross, but it goes right to Jefferson Farfan, and then he's going to bang that past the keeper to bring it to 3-3. So 6 goals in the game, split evenly at 3 apiece in the 79th minute. And, you know, again, probably a little fortunate, but Farfan's able to get that onto his strong foot on the right side and knock that in. And we were able to hold on from there and at least get out of the game with 1 point. And again, offensively, pretty good. You know, 9 shots, 6 on target. I'm not unhappy with that. Our pass accuracy was good. Possession was good. So I'm seeing a lot of positive things so far from the club and from the players that are in right now. So we just have to kind of continue on and hopefully kind of gel more as a team because, you know, we do have several new players that have come on, and we're trying to make a difference with them. So we'll jump into the third and final game of the episode, guys, and this one is against Hamburger. So hopefully we've seen a win and a draw. Hopefully we can end on a win, and we'll get things started here in the 12th minute. Malapa busts through, but that one gets saved, and it was a nice pass into him from Griezmann, but just unable to do anything with that. And then from the corner, we'll get a decent chance there with Matip, but we were unable to do anything with that. So we'll move in to the 20th minute, and there's Farfan. He's going to send it forward to Malapa, who hits a very nice cross goal shot into the left side, and that will put us up at 1-0. And that was actually a great shot from Malapa all the way on the right side of the 18-yard box, and was able to knock that past the keeper. So for once, we actually have the lead in the game, which is pretty exciting. We've been playing from behind the last several games, and it's just really, it's no way to play because it does obviously make it more difficult. So, but we'll move in to the 50th minute. Malapa again has a nice chance, but that save, but it goes right to Griezmann, and Griezmann will knock that one in. I believe that's his first goal for us since joining the club, and it was an important goal as that puts us up 2-0. So we go from being down 2-0 in the last 2 games to actually being up 2-0, and that is a good thing to see from the club. And then from there, we'll just play some solid defense and hopefully get out of here with our 3 points. That being said, just a couple minutes later, in the 55th minute, Hamburger gets down. They send in a nice cross, and then they're able to knock that one in. So now we're down, or we're still up. It's 2-1, but now we're in the 90th minute. 90th minute, of course. We get this one. I try to clear it out. It was just an awful clearance. That's my fault, completely my fault, as the ball goes right to the opponent, and they'll knock that in the 90th minute. So there goes our 2-0 lead. There goes our 3 points. But we do at least get out of there with the 1 point. So we had a win in the Champions League and then 2 draws in the Bundesliga. Not awful, not great, but again, you know, I'm seeing a lot of positive things and things that have me feeling pretty good about this season. So hopefully we can build on that and move in to the next series of games. And on the next episode, guys, we'll be able to kind of see where we're at, maybe get some different players in there, but we'll kind of go in and we do have an email, and it is a email from one of the players, Marco Hoger. He'd like a raise, wouldn't we all? We'll discuss that in the next episode. Thanks, guys. Into the quarterfinals in this episode, and I have switched over to the Julian Draxler squad. Nice little Bundesliga squad, but I love Julian Draxler. So overpowered, especially for a non-rare, but with his dribbling and his long-range shooting, it's a lot of fun to play with. So if you haven't tried him, give him a shot. Guys,